And, you got to talk about the quarterback position. I mean, that's been the thing that everybody's been talking about
Yeah.
and focusing on. What have you noticed here the first couple of weeks of camp? Obviously, we know Richardson started, against Baltimore, got hurt, and then Daniel Jones will be starting against Green Bay here. So, what have you noticed from both these quarterbacks? And have you noticed any sort of separation between them, or do you think it's still fairly locked in even right now?
I think it's fairly even. I will probably give a slight lean as of late to Daniel Jones, mainly because of the availability. Anthony got hurt in the preseason, and his first practice back after that dislocated pinky against the Ravens was pretty poor. He did not perform very well. So I think from an availability standpoint, perhaps like a safe and consistency standpoint, maybe you give a slight lean to Daniel Jones. But me personally, I think I've remained in the Anthony Richardson camp just because it hasn't been like a definitive landslide in favor of any quarterback. And I think if it's close, you roll with the guy who has more upside and who is supposed to be your franchise quarterback and who you drafted to be your franchise quarterback. Now, I know he isn't that yet. He might not ever be that, but I would like to find out if I'm the Colts' front office. And so it is a bit of a conundrum because with Anthony, you want him to get the reps, but the number one reason he missed last week's reps against the Ravens was because he got hurt. And that's another thing that he has an inability to shake so far. It's hard to say he isn't injury prone when every part of his career so far has been with injuries. Even this offseason, you would think, okay, it's the offseason, no one's hitting you. You're going to get all these reps in. You're going to be neck and neck with this quarterback competition. But to me, the reason why he might be slightly losing it at the moment is because you haven't been available. The spring you got shut down. You had the pinky issue. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, if it's close, me personally, I'm playing the dude that gives me more upside than 28-year-old Daniel Jones, who, by the way, started 69 games in New York. Like, this isn't a spring, chicken quarterback they brought in. And he's still pretty young, but at the same time, he's not like fresh off of his rookie deal. I mean, the guy got paid, took a team to the playoffs, but since then, he struggled. And I think that sample size that he had in New York, despite all of the, coaching issues, personnel issues, I think he was one of those issues too. I can't dismiss everything and put it on everybody else. So it's close, but again, I will give the slight edge right now to Daniel Jones. And then on top of that, I think the way that the way that Anthony can win the job just outright, be available, which I don't know how much you can control that when obviously you don't intend to get hurt. And on top of that, you give them more explosive plays than Daniel Jones already, but you got to meet him where he is when it comes to the layups. And so he's done that too, I think, at a decent rate throughout training camp, but it's got to continue for him to, I think, seize that job.